My wife quit her job for a fantasy life. Then this happened. This guy thought he'd already made it. Mortgage paid off. No kids. Salad calm. Stress under control. Then his wife discovered a certain corner of the internet and decided she wanted a completely different life. Not a small change either. She wanted to stop working entirely and be taken care of. But the version she wanted, it didn't exactly match reality. He's 35. She's 40. And they've been together for 15 years. For most of that time, things were balanced. They both worked demanding jobs, earned good money, and built a comfortable life together. No major drama. New chaos. Just two people doing life as a team until the last couple of years quietly started shifting everything. At first, it was subtle. She started watching videos, women talking about traditional roles, soft live-in, being provided for, nothing extreme at the beginning. Just comments here and there about how stressful work is, how women shouldn't have to carry that burden. He didn't think much of it. Everyone vents about work, sometimes. But then it escalated. One day she said she didn't want to work anymore. Not change careers. Not reduce hours. Just stop it. He thought she was joking. When he realized she wasn't, he tried to meet her halfway. Suggested she'd find something less stressful, something she actually enjoys. But she shut that down immediately. That wasn't the plan she had in mind. According to her, men who expect their wives to work are controlling, even abusive. That's when alarm bells started ringing for him. This wasn't just about being tired or unhappy. It sounded like she'd fully bought into something. And the more she talked, the clearer it became that she wasn't just fantasizing. She was planning. Then came the lifestyle upgrades. She suddenly wanted a bigger house. A lot bigger. The kind that made 0 sense for two people with no kids. He pushed back at first, but eventually gave in. They sold their fully paid-off home and took on a massive mortgage just to make it happen. It didn't stop there. Next came the car. Not just a nice car, a luxury one that cost more than she made in a year. Again, he hesitated. Again, he gave in. At this point, things felt off, but he kept telling himself it was just a phase. People go through phases, right? Turns out this one came with a price tag. Once the new lifestyle was locked in, she doubled down. She brought up quitting work again. But this time it wasn't a suggestion. It was framed like a decision already made. The problem, their entire financial setup now depended on two incomes. One income wouldn't just tighten things, it would break everything. He explained that clearly. No anger, just facts. He couldn't support the house, the car, and their lifestyle alone. Instead of adjusting expectations, she ignored it. Over Chimi, he noticed something strange. She wasn't just unhappy at work. She was actively trying to get fired without actually quitting. That's when she finally said it outright. She wanted to be a trad wife. But when he asked what that actually meant, the answer didn't quite line up. She said the house was too big to clean alone, so she'd need a cleaner. She didn't enjoy cooking, so he'd still handle meals. So he paused for a second and said, "Let me get this straight. You want to stay home? Not work, not clean, not cookie, and just exist. That didn't go down well. She accused him of not understanding the lifestyle. But from where he was standing, it looked less like a traditional setup and more like a one-sided deal. At this point, frustration took over. He said, Feeney, if she wants that lifestyle, then she has to actually live it fully. New shortcuts. No outsourcing. Wake up early. Make breakfast. Keep the house spotless. Prepare meals. Take care of everything, like the version she keeps watching online. And he didn't stop there. He added everything those videos always imply, but don't always say out loud. Being attentive, being present, being available whenever he gets home. Basically, if she wanted the fantasy, she had to accept the full package, not just the comfortable parts. She exploded. Immediately. Called him controlling, abusive, sexist, every label she could throw at him. Then she stormed out and went to stay with her sister, who apparently supported her side completely. But for him, something had clicked. This wasn't a misunderstanding anymore. This was a completely different set of expectations colliding. A few days later, they tried to talk again. This Chimi, he kept it simple. No sarcasm. No frustration. Just a clear boundary. The trad wife setup wasn't happening. Not like that. He gave her two options. Drop it and go to counseling together. Or end things. She didn't hesitate. She chose to leave. According to her, there were plenty of men out there who would give her exactly what she wanted. He pushed back slightly, pointed out that most of those arrangements aren't really traditional. They're transactional. Then things got personal. She said he wasn't a real man because he couldn't provide the lifestyle she deserved. That hit a nerve. So he fired back with something equally blunt. If she wanted to play the role she keeps talking about, what exactly was she bringing to it? That ended the conversation. Completely. After that, everything moved quickly. Lawyers, paperwork, separating finances, no dramatic reconciliation attempts, just a steady march toward divorce. He focused on work, kept his head down, and started untangling the life they'd built together. A couple of months later, things got interesting. She was still living with her sister, still not working, and surprisingly, still hadn't found anyone willing to step into the role she imagined. The lifestyle she thought would be easy to find, not so much. She reached out twice, once after a night of drinking. 'Cause, well, almost like nothing had happened. The second time was more serious, apologetic, reflective. But by then, the situation had already moved too far forward. He turned her down both times. Not out of spite. Just clarity. The version of life she wanted didn't exist the way she imagined it, and the version he wanted didn't include carrying everything alone. In the end, it wasn't about roles. It was about reality catching up to a fantasy that couldn't hold itself together. And that's where this story ends. A relationship that looked solid on the surface slowly fell apart behind the scenes, not because of one big moment, but because expectations and reality stopped lining up. One person was living in what life actually is, the other was chasing what they thought it should be. And when those two things drift too far apart, there's not much left to hold on to. Because at the end of the day, it's not about labels like tradwife or provider. It's about balance, effort, and both people actually pulling their weight in a way that works. Once that balance disappears, the relationship usually follows. And by the time reality finally catches up, it's often too late to fix what's already broken. That's exactly what happened here. But now I want to hear from you. Was he right to draw that line? Or did he go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this one's definitely going to split opinions. And if you enjoy stories like this, make sure you subscribe, because there's plenty more coming.